Welcome back to my Tarot 101 series. Today's card that we'll be covering is the Magician. This is card number 1 in the Major Arcana and a fan favorite with creatives of all kinds. Now, if you haven't watched my previous video on the Fool, I'll link it below so you can check that out. Otherwise, you can always go to my Learn Tarot playlist to see all of the videos that are currently up for this Tarot 101 series. I hope you enjoyed today's card, and the next one I'll be covering is the High Priestess. Happy learning! When the Fool awakes on the other side, the first trump that they encounter is the Magician. You can see, just like in the Fool, there's this bright yellow background. This is because the Magician represents pure consciousness, pure awareness. The Magician represents the soul awakening into life and seeing the vast potential that lies before them. But let us pause for a moment to take in the name itself, the Magician. What magic are they making, and with what resources? On the Magician's table sit the 4 suits of tarot, the first being the suit of Wands. The Wands are the fiery realm of all that drives us internally. So this is our willpower, motivation, desire, lust, frustration, anything that gets our hearts racing. The next suit we have are the cups, and this is the watery realm of our emotions. It's all about our feelings and how we connect to others. This includes our connection to the divine. Then we have the airy realm of the swords. This is the realm of the mind. It's how we learn, think, and reason and communicate with others, specifically in disagreements or in conflicts. And then we have the earthy realm of the pentacles. And this is everything within our material realm, from the body that we inhabit to our home and our possessions. This is the realm of nature and animals and our connection to it. Of the 4 suits, 3 are largely internal, meaning they go unseen, they're invisible. Our thoughts, our hearts, our desires. These are the magician's tools. This is how they make magic. And what is magic? Magic is simply unseen forces changing our external world. We all know how our thoughts can shape reality, how our feelings can color a situation, how our desires can drive us to keep going even when we feel we have nothing left. But it also works in the opposite way as well. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're getting ready for a date and you haven't been on one in a long time, so the stakes feel pretty high. You go to your closet and start trying on clothes. Everything you have is either boring office wear or things that belong to an outdated version of you. Nothing fits right, and every time you look in the mirror, you feel worse and worse. Thoughts start swirling around in your head. Now you don't feel attractive enough, and because of that, you wonder if you're going to be funny or smart enough too. You collapse onto the floor in a pile of nervous misery. As you lie there on the floor, you suddenly remember that you have one more outfit that you could try, something you bought for an event a few months ago that you never went to. By some miracle, it fits you perfectly, bringing out the colors in your eyes. In mere seconds, you go from feeling anxious to confident and excited. You could call this shift magic. So, what does this story tell you if you were to receive the Magician in a tarot reading? Is first a card about consciousness, about awareness. When you receive the Magician, you can check in with yourself, checking in with these 4 suits about your thoughts, your motivations, your feelings, and the physical realm around you and how it is influencing you. Once you have an awareness of these things and the resources at your disposal, then you can see what it is that you actually want to manifest in your life, which is why this is a card about manifestation and creation. We're not all born with the same resources nor given equal access to them, which is why the Magician calls for you to be innovative with the tools that you do have, making the Magician a favorite for many artists and creatives. The Magician reminds us that each of us has the power to not only change ourselves, but to shape the world around us. But like every card, the magician has a dark side. With it, you must beware of tricksters, those who will peddle snake oil and swear it's the elixir of eternal life. Remember, there is no spell that can turn metal into gold, nor make a heart completely yours. Let's see the magician in action in a tarot spread. Let's say you want to do a reading on your career. An easy two-card spread would be, what should I focus on building? And you get the King of Wands. And how can I build it? And you receive the Magician. Now, the wands represent the energy of all that drives us, our passions, our desires, our frustrations. The king is the master of this realm. Being in control of this fiery element makes him confident, creative, and inspiring. His magnetism and charm draws people in, and he makes a great leader. Now, because this is in the position of what you should focus on building, it may mean that you are struggling in this area. For the purpose of this reading, let's imagine that you are an artist and you are struggling with marketing yourself. Now, how can the magician help you with this dilemma? Let's remember that the magician deals in conscious energy. It is about how the invisible affects the visible, how the internal plays with the external and vice versa. And though confidence may seem like a largely external thing, because we can see it in somebody's posture, the way that they carry themselves, how they speak, and their expressions, it actually derives from something internal, our internal fire. Now, there are some people who are obnoxiously confident for absolutely no reason. But for most of us, our confidence comes from something. It comes from our skills, our resources, and our experiences. So, as an artist, these are things that you must tap into. That's where making a list of all the things that you have accomplished and reminding yourself of everything you have done can fuel this fire of your confidence. Also, having that experience of getting out there and practicing your speaking, maybe taking a class where you're forced to talk in front of others, can help power this energy that helps you become the King of Wands. But also remember, there is this trickster element to the magician, right? This ability to create illusions. Would we find the King of Wands so powerful if he were not on a throne, if he did not have a crown on his head and all of this finery around him? It is the same as an artist in the way that you have to sell and market yourself. You have to create a space that gives you the illusion of a successful artist, that makes people see you as a creative. And that might be with your lighting, that might be with the way that you edit your videos. Or perhaps you have a special outfit that you put on that makes you really feel like you're an artist. Or maybe there are some affirmations that you can do before you have a meeting with a client that again is going to ground you into both of these energies. That is it for today's lesson on the magician. If you have any further questions, feel free to comment below, or you can always book a tarot tutoring session with me at byjoveastrology.com.